Welcome to Quantum Finance. My name is Parker. I'm the head trader here, but I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. So in today's video, we'll take a look at the economic data. We'll look at some news. We'll do a market recap, and then we will look at the trading opportunities. And then to end the video, we'll look at the economic data we have coming up for the rest of the week. So today we did have the U.S. building permits coming in better than forecasted here at 1.524 million. We also had the U.S. initial jobless claims coming in better than forecasted at 192K. And we also had the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index come in worse than expected at down 23.2. So now we'll turn to some news. In the news here, we have that $2 trillion could be injected into the U.S. banking system by the Federal Reserve's Emergency Loan Program, J.P. Morgan says. And we also have the U.S. Treasury Secretary saying that the system remains sound. So you have the Fed doing an emergency loan program, injecting $2 trillion into the market. And you also have the Treasury Secretary saying the banking system is sound. So yeah, you can see the contradiction there. We also have the European Central Bank raising interest rates by 50 basis points to 3.5%. We have the Federal Reserve to launch the instant payment system service FedNow in July. We also have on June 19th, 2023, we have the Bank of England migrating to ISO 20022. So here we have the February housing starts jumping 9.8% month over month, and the building permits soaring plus 13.8% month over month. And here we have the freight components of PPI. As you can see in the blue, we have truck transportation. In the orange, we have deep sea water. The white, we have air transportation. And the purple, we have rail transportation. So as you can see, pretty much all of them curling down here except for air. And we also have some breaking news that the Switzerland Central Bank will provide liquidity to Credit Suisse if they need it, if it's necessary. But we also have the Swiss National Bank reporting an annual loss of 141.54 billion, which is the largest in the central bank's 115-year history. So, yeah, you have a national bank with massive losses bailing out another massive bank. It's just, it's just funny the world we live in. So now we will turn to the charts. Starting here in the debt market, we have the 10-year yield here. This is actually it right here in the green. Getting a green day here, wicking back inside this lower band here on the daily chart. Finding support down here at the lower end of this range down here. As you can see, big wick on the weekly so far, bouncing off the bottom end of this lower extreme. Turning to the dollar. We actually do have a red day here on the dollar coming in. Finding support around here at this midline, just kind of holding there right there in the middle of that daily range. Still currently red on the week. Looking at the SPY S&P 500, massive green day today after bouncing off that lower extreme yesterday, coming right into that midline. On the daily and the midline right there on the weekly chart. The weekly band's getting pretty tight here on the S&P 500. Bitcoin, we do have a green day in Bitcoin. Not too much action though, just still sitting here right below this upper extreme and these resistances here. We are looking for a move to up and out above these resistances here to get a close up here above these resistances. XRP, we do have a green day in XRP here. Nothing too crazy yet. Still red on the week. Oil, we do have a green day here in oil. Wicking exactly off where we wicked off of yesterday. Gold, we do have a green day in gold. Nothing too much to talk about here either. Just kind of sitting here consolidating up here at this upper extreme on the daily chart. Still up here at the upper end of this range on the monthly. Silver, we do have a red day in silver. As you can see, silver is getting pretty good consolidation here above the midline here, just in the upper end of this daily range. Still sitting below that midline on the monthly chart. So now we'll look at some trades. First, we'll actually look at the SPY here. Do a little analysis so you can see what's going on. So we'll zoom out here on the 15-minute. and the 30-minute. As you can see, we this is yesterday where we just had that, that chop fest, not really too much. We actually got down slightly today, and then we just ripped today, getting through the 200-day moving average and the 100-day moving average and getting a nice close. As you can see here on the 30-minute, and you can also look at the 2-hour up here, we did break this downtrend that we have been in since Monday, getting through the major moving averages with the moving averages, exponential moving averages flipping bullish on the 30-minute, 1 hour, and 2 hour. So nice reversal here in the S&P 500. So we'll look at the 5-minute. Yeah, there wasn't really any good like patterns here in the morning to trade. Obviously, you can see we just opened up and just squeezed straight through that downtrend line, getting straight up through here. There was a decent trade you could have taken here in the afternoon. As you can see, we got our momentum shift to the upside with the squeeze, downtrend line break right on top of the 100-day moving average acting as support. And you did get like a retest to, new highs here in the end of the day. This wasn't the best trade. I mean, this was a good squeeze opportunity you could have taken here because, I mean, we are extremely bullish. I mean, all the moving averages flipped bullish. We're breaking a downtrend line. Yeah. And I did talk about this yesterday on the daily chart. We did have that massive green volume day yesterday where it was just all buying. And I did mention that to look for a sign of strength here coming up. And, we got another day of that, just pure buying today. Really no selling at all. But we are running into that midline, though, as resistance. So, yeah, there was this opportunity here in the SPY. You did have a squeeze with momentum shift towards the end of the day on top of that 100-day moving average. I will say we were pretty high up here, but I did feel comfortable in getting long because we were breaking this, like, major downtrend line here, and we were getting through these moving averages. But there was a couple of trades I want to talk about, some squeezes that had some good opportunities. So I liked NVIDIA a lot. Mainly because we had NVIDIA and we had AMD. NVIDIA was kind of lower down on the board, but we did have AMD at the top. But AMD did not have the best, setup for a squeeze. But NVIDIA, had a good squeeze here at the end of the day. But, I mean, this thing was up here. Like, this thing was really, extended to the upside here, extremely far from VWAP. But, I thought the market was looking pretty strong, and I did like AMD at the top of the gap vol scanner. So I did like this for a trade. I'm pretty sure I already have these contracts pulled up from the trade. Yeah, this was a nice one. So, yeah, here's these. We had the 252 call contracts expiring tomorrow. So the entry we took was about in here. So we'll look at these contracts. Looking at about we'll call it 287. And as you can see, when we get up here towards the break of the high, we're looking at plus 28%, and then up to the high into the close, we're looking at plus 63%. So yeah, that was a nice trade there that we had on NVIDIA. Like I said, it wasn't up here like really at the top of the board. I mean, it was, had to scroll down just like once, but it was up here. We can zoom out a little bit more here on NVIDIA. So what this trade was, I mean, we've talked about it before in like last week's videos, how strong NVIDIA has been, how it's been one of the strongest stocks in the market. Yeah, we did break this high here, going into the, like right at the open, we opened up and then we just pushed through yesterday's high and this previous high here from, I think that's Wednesday. So yeah, we're just having a massive breakout here. We can look at the daily chart. And as you can see here on the weekly and the daily, I mean, this thing is just really going. So yeah, this was just a breakout, just like a breaking out of this like little range we had here on the daily chart, just extending to the upside. Actually, I was talking about this level up in here like last week that I would look for NVIDIA to get some strength up into. As you can see on the monthly chart, we have a wick here, we have a wick high here, we have an open, or we have a close and an open right here. So yeah, I've definitely been watching Nvidia for strength, so that's also why I felt comfortable taking the, like, that I felt good about this trade today. But we'll look at the 15-minute here. As you can see what it was, we had the squeeze, we had the momentum shift to the upside, and we also had that 15-minute come in as support to push us up to this upper extreme into the close of the day. But I do want to note that we also did have the NASDAQ here squeezing, pushing up to the highs, and we also had that SPY with a squeeze to the upside as well. And as you can see in the video here, it's squeezing up with the rest of the market. There was another trade I wanted to go over. It was Apple. Apple, as you can see here on the scanner. It didn't have a momentum shift, right? It didn't like fully shift to the downside and then revert to upward momentum. But it did zero out, right? And this is Apple we're talking about here. This is the #1 stock in the entire stock market. So you might not get a fully perfect momentum shift here on Apple. But we did have a really big squeeze, right? And we have an extremely strong market. And we can zoom out a little bit more here. We look at this 30-minute. You can see this line I drew. This is from Thursday's highs, right? We broke through Thursday's highs here on the 15-minute. We pulled back into them. We had that trade line come in as support, holding Thursday's high and this trade line as support, and then pushed us up to the highs, right? Pushing us, if you look up here at that 1 hour, this is where we held Thursday's highs as support, pushing us all the way up to, pretty sure this is Friday's highs. Yeah, these highs up here. So yeah, really nice trade on Apple here. As you can see, Apple on the daily chart, really tight here, squeezing really nice. I am watching this level on Apple. As you can see here, we do have this resistance line from here, and we are squeezed on the daily chart with strength coming off that midline. So yeah, Apple's looking super strong here. This would be a big breakout. I mean, this resistance going back till October. So yeah, definitely keep an eye on Apple because this could be making a nice breakout to the upside here. And there was another trade I wanted to go over as well. We had Meta. I was watching this one because we had like the Amazon, the Apple, right? AMD, Nvidia, Google. We had all those on the scanners. And we had Meta on here, but it was only showing up every once in a while because the scanner only shows stocks that are up 1%. So it would only show Meta when it was like up here. So I've been watching it because it was like one of the only top 5, top 10 companies that wasn't super overextended beyond VWAP. So I was definitely watching this today. We got that squeeze in the overall market, and we had this like consistent downtrend here, but we didn't quite get the squeeze, right? We didn't get the squeeze with the momentum. We can look at the we can zoom out here. Actually, let's start with a daily chart. So this was the trade on Meta. This is why I was really watching Meta, because it had a crazy daily chart. You can see here we were breaking through these highs back here from February, right? You can see we came up and then we were just breaking through these highs, right? If we look at the weekly, we have room like here on this weekly, like not really seeing too much resistance here until like up into these levels, right? So we were getting a really nice breakout here above these highs from, when was this? The 1st of February. And if we go back to the 15-minute, you can see that's that line we have drawn here. Looking up here at this 2 hour. Right? So this was just a really nice breakout trade, as you can see. On the 15-minute, we kind of pushed up, pulled back into it off the open, got a consolidation, pulled back into the open again, and then when we got the squeeze with the momentum shift in the overall market, Meta just mooned, like really nice push into the close here. So I was definitely watching this. This was a good trade setup. I mean, we didn't quite get the squeeze what we were looking for, so it wasn't the best. Obviously, not a perfect trade set up, because if it was perfect, it would have squeezed here. But I mean, this is a really big, nice move here into the close. Yeah, without the squeeze. We can actually look at some contracts here. Where we at? We'll look at some 200 strike calls on these. But these got a lot of action here. Oh yeah, 77. Oh wow, yeah. Look at these contracts, man. This is a move. If you were watching Meta today, if you traded Meta, you're feeling good. So yeah, we'll just call it entry somewhere around here on the VWAP when the overall market stops squeezing, and into the close. Yeah, we're looking at 200%. Right, 200% move there. On those Meta call options, 200 strike. Tomorrow expiration. That rip into the close. Really nice trade. So yeah, that was mainly the trades I wanted to go over. I wanted to go over the SPY, Nvidia, Apple, and Meta. So a lot of the big boys in play today. And the market was strong. So yeah, that'll do it for the trades. Now we can look at the economic calendar to see what we have coming up. So today, yeah, it was Thursday. We had all this economic data, and it does not look like we have anything coming up for Friday, tomorrow. So, yep, that'll do it for the video. Appreciate y'all watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.